This is Karen Ranzi, and I am here in Florida. And I want to tell you about how I eat when I travel, especially to a beautiful warm place, which I like to do in the winter. I am 25 years raw vegan and love my life. I feel super vibrant. And when I travel, I look for certain things to make me happy. One is that I always Google happycow.com before I leave for any trip, and that way I can find the best health food stores, markets, farmers markets, and cafes that have vegan and raw food. And so I want to take you on a little tour of what I've been eating this week, being 100% raw. And when I'm traveling, there are things that I do not cheat on no matter what, even when I'm traveling. I know that when people are vacationing, that very often they will give up on their whole health plan. Whatever they're doing at home that's healthy for them, they seem to give up when they're traveling. They give up their exercise, they give up their sleep. They, or sometimes they do add more sleep, and I like to sleep, especially on my vacation. Um, they also eat food that they wouldn't necessarily eat at home. Okay, like they'll have a lot more processed packaged junk food. So, as a vegan and raw food pioneer, I love the way I eat, and I don't feel like I need to eat other foods that are going to compromise my health. So when I go away, I stick to my general way of eating at home, even when I go out to a cafe or a restaurant. Like, I will not eat anything that has agave in it. Agave is no better than high fructose corn syrup, and it can get you in trouble with your health. So a lot of the desserts that are made in vegan and raw restaurants have agave, other restaurants as well. So I just don't, I ask before I eat any kind of special treat, whether it has agave or whether it's made with more whole food like dates. My friends down here in Florida, they went out before we got here and they bought a fantastic pumpkin cheesecake, all vegan and raw, made at Rockstar Cafe in Oldmar. And this cake was divine. I cannot tell you how delicious this cake was. And they use agave in some of their desserts, but we asked them to use dates, and they did, and it was supreme. One of the best desserts I've ever had. So that's my take on the agave that I don't eat even when I travel. I don't eat oils. Oils are highly processed, so I don't eat any oils. And when I go into a cafe or when I'm buying food in a store that is prepared when I'm traveling, I make sure that there's no oil in the ingredients, no oil of any kind, not even coconut oil, which is very high in saturated fat. So I don't eat agave. I don't eat oils. Um, Cacao, if there is a party or something and there is cacao, I really try to avoid it. And I prefer to have carob, which is, it tastes like chocolate, but it's not chocolate and it doesn't have any stimulants. So those are some of the things that I try to stay away from or substitute with healthier foods. And just in general, I try to eat as whole as possible. And that's what I'm looking for, is to eat whole food. I don't even ask my clients to go 100% raw. Sometimes that can backfire. My focus is on whole plant food. If you can go more raw, that's wonderful, and I certainly encourage an abundance of raw living plant foods, but the focus is on whole, healthy food. And if you come down here to the west coast of Florida, I can tell you some great cafes where you can get really great homemade whole food. One of my favorites was Old Earth Cafe, which is in St. Petersburg on the west coast of Florida. Also, I love Rockstar Cafe, which is in Old Mar, Florida. Also, the Loving Hut is another one. It's a franchise, but it's family owned, and you can get some excellent whole foods, all vegan, organic, and really friendly customer service.